As I built my career, she kept coming at me with those same doubts, those same questions constantly. Swear to God, to this day, she thinks I should get a management job at Macy's so I can lock down some decent benefits. And that's why I'm writing this book. Because after all this time, all my struggles and sacrifice, my mom still doesn't really understand. Not just my mom either. Friends, family, fans. It's hard for people to understand what it means to be successful as a comic, especially when you come from such a different place, such a difficult background. In a way, it should be hard for people to understand. When I get up there on stage in front of thousands of people, I have one goal: to make them laugh, to help them have fun and escape all their problems, even if it's just for a few hours. I want them to be dazzled by the lights and electrified by the music. I want them to connect with my stories and my voices and my characters. I want them begging for more. I don't want them to leave my show being like, oh man, the depths of your pain and the heartache, fuck. I want them to cheer, bro, you killed it. I never laughed so hard in my fucking life. I love to make people laugh. I live for it. I have since I was a little kid. But when I tell my jokes about white people not knowing what I was when I was a little kid, when I talk about my mom driving me crazy or my sister getting kicked out of the house, or my stepdad making cracks about Asians eating rice, as funny as that shit is, there's real emotion behind it too. Real conflict, real darkness. I hint at it in my act. If you're paying attention, it's there. And I actually think that the emotional honesty is a big reason why so many people from so many cultures relate to my stories. But I never really opened up about my mom's constant judgment, about my dad leaving us, about my brother's violent schizophrenia, or about my own struggle to be a good father to my son. I really never opened up about how hard it was growing up as a half-breed Filipino in suburban America. I never really opened up about all the barriers I had to overcome in the racist entertainment industry as I built my career brick by brick and show by show. I never really opened up until this book. Walking through the streets of the Philippines, this place I'd once so briefly called home, but which held the key to so much of who I am, it hit me that it was a land of contradictions. If you stick to one area, you might think it's the most perfect, most pristine country in the world. Push a little farther, go a little deeper, and you find the poverty, the struggle, the pain. But underlying it all, there's a joy, a laughter, a loving spirit that can't be broken. There's something beautiful about that, something magical, something universal, something that always makes me want to come back for more. I hope you'll find some of that same magic here in my book, and that you'll be laughing your ass off along the way. Chapter 1. The American Way. Mom, everyone is only taking one ticket. I don't care, Joseph. Do you want this TV? Huh? Then fill them all out. But Mom, do it, Joseph. It was 1982. I was 11 years old, just a kid barely getting used to life in the States. Only a few months back, I had been living in the Philippines, a place thousands of miles away where people were brown like me. Pretty much everyone was poor as hell, and our barbecue was so good we put that shit on bamboo swords. Now here I was, in Tacoma, Washington, my new home, standing in this dazzling, massive J.C. Penney, surrounded by all this amazing stuff, clothes, perfumes, electronics, stereos, TVs, toys, mountains and mountains of stuff there was no way we could afford. But apparently there was a way besides money that we could get some stuff. The store was having a raffle at 6 p.m., and the grand prize was a massive Sony color TV. And my mom was going to win that thing, or her kids were going to die trying. But Mom, I pleaded, people are watching. So what? She